if you're able to talk confidently, assertively, without hesitation, without like this, the impression you make on someone is incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's quite important. Like, everyone's heard of first impressions.
Yeah.
We all have a visual first impression, so how you appear in like with your clothes, your hair, how well groomed you are, etc. We all understand that first impressions and how they last. But we also have an audible impression. We do some research into like business deals, or even just interview some entrepreneurs and business moguls. Like, literally that first impression, that instant handshake, the eye contact, the communication. I bet you they were the top 5 things he was looking for. We are finding success, and we're here to help break that monotony of your life and help you find your own version of success. Welcome back to another episode, guys, with me, Alex.
And me, Adam. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm really good. Had a great week. I'm buzzing. I'm on cloud 9. What about yourself?
Oh, cloud 9. Yeah, good, mate. I enjoyed the weather this week, and I don't know, something about later evenings that are still sunny. I love it. It just gets me going. When it first happened, and it was like, you're such a better mood. Going from work, it's still light. You feel like you've got so much more work you can do. You got the evening to smash it out. I love it.
I'm telling you, we're solar powered.
Oh, we are.
The exact same thing. You walk out, and you're just like, the sun is beaming. Oh. So I went for a little wander middle of the day the other day because the sun was beaming. It was still fresh. It's still, because it's only April and it's still fresh temperature.
Yeah.
The sun has got some warmth to it. So it's like, I love it. I think it's brilliant because you're warm from the sun.
Yeah.
But a little breeze just keeps you like cool, you're not sweating or anything like that. It's just heaven. Went for a wander and I could
just soaked it up.
Feel the dopamine and the goodness just ooze into my. And I was just in a great place.
All right, you got a bit romantic there, Brian.
Yeah, sorry, went a bit far. The sun does things to me.
What are we going into this week?
This week, Adam, we're going to go into something that is slightly overlooked, I think, and is an incredibly powerful tool. We all use it, and it is the power of communication, essentially speech. Just because I genuinely think you can tell I'm not very good at it. I still need to work on it constantly, but the power of speech, the power of communication, if you're able to project what goes on in your mind and put it out to the world, to listeners, to people you're having a conversation with, pairing that with listening, like we did a couple episodes ago, it gives you a superpower like confidence, essentially. It's a higher superpower than confidence. If you're able to talk confidently, assertively, without hesitation, without like this, the impression you make on someone is incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's quite important. Like, everyone's heard of first impressions.
Yeah.
We all have a visual first impression, so how you appear in like with your clothes, your hair, how well groomed you are, etc. We all understand that first impressions and how they last. But we also have an audible impression, like the way you speak. So everyone, as soon as you've met someone, you've never heard them speak before, you're walking up to them and you look at you're judging them instantly. You're trying to size them up. You will have an idea in your head of what you expect to hear come out of their mouth, of how they should sound. And it's quite interesting how we do it. It's just a natural inbuilt system that we have that operates. And if it doesn't quite suit, you're a bit taken aback. You're like, oh, I didn't quite expect that voice to come out of that person. And then you completely reimagine that person based on that audio. You now insert that audible element and you go, right, okay, I'm going to completely reimage him, and this is actually how I think he is. And if he was a well-dressed man in a suit, absolute dressed to the nines, comes out of a Bentley, you're going to be expecting, I don't know, just a wealth of man, a cool, collected geezer. But then he comes to go, oh, hi there, friend, how are you? Like, just
Joe Pasquale action.
Yeah, exactly. Joe Pasquale comes out. You're going to go, like, you're just going to double take. You're not going to think, you're going to judge him and you're going to lower him in your expectations. No offense, Joe Pasquale. Like, big respect. We know you're a listener to the podcast. Exactly that, and I feel like if you need to work on that, and as well as an audible impression lasts longer. So if you can actually physically change the way people think about you just by the way you speak and what you're thinking about, by projecting them out into the world, because when everyone's listening, they are literally judging you on what you're saying and trying to paint a picture about yourself.
Like you said, the human race is born to judge people. We're there to judge each other.
You're sizing each other up.
Exactly. We're there to go, oh, he's a good looking lad. She's a good looking girl. He can speak well. He's well dressed. He has a nice car. He has great skin. He's got lovely hair.
Yeah. Well, I think it comes from like prehistoric age. Like,
yeah.
He's going to eat me. He's not going to eat me. He's danger, friend, foe, all that sort of stuff.
But now we're in the 21st century, so it's all moved in, you know.
It'd be a modern podcast.
Yeah, come on now. But it's all changed. And the way that we do communicate, minus social media, which is so important nowadays, is talking. And when you have the younger generation, they use vocabulary that they hear on social media quite a lot. Whereas when we're sounding like dinosaurs now, but when we speak with each other, we're not talking about Wagwan, my G. We're talking about, hello, mate, how are you doing? Or, how you doing? You're right. I don't know. We just have a very weird vocabulary. And when you don't work on your vocabulary, when you don't speak openly, when you're not trying to teach someone something, when you're just having conversations with your friends, your vocabulary shrinks.
Yeah.
Because you're not working. You're not trying to find a big word that sounds amazing but actually just means
the exact same
something else. Yeah. We're not doing that. So our vocabulary shrinks. There's now apps that are being generated for us to work on because it's just not there anymore. Yeah. It's not where the standard's lowered. But as you said, communicating is important. It's in how to find friends. It's negotiation. It's jobs, interviews. I mean, we had a conversation with a friend, didn't we, recently? The bloke went for a job interview, and what did he do? He disappointed us. We just tried to give people tips on how to make themselves seem more impressive than sometimes what they are. And one of the points of that is vocabulary, isn't it?
Absolutely. As well as trying to
and communicating, obviously.
As well as improving like your image to someone, it's also it's a massive skill when it comes to selling.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be able to talk. You need to be able to be clear, concise, and project what you're thinking to this other person. Because if you're mumbling and moaning or mumbling and not really speaking very loudly or clearly, they're just going to be put off you. They're going to be nervous. You're not confident in what you're saying, so I'm not going to be confident in what you're selling. You know, it's in many ways it has an effect.
Yeah, it does. Side note, we spoke about it already. I viewed a house recently, and the estate agent, as soon as I spoke to him, I didn't want to buy a house of him.
Wow.
He turned up in a very nice car, and he was very well spoken. One thing that really put me off, he never looked in my eyes when I was speaking to him. He would go, so this is the bathroom here, and the tenants, you know, and then I'm just like,
hello.
Yeah, I'm here, Brian. Like, look at me in the eyes.
Interesting.
Really, really weird. And I think it's because I make a conscious effort. If I speak to someone, I'm going,
yeah.
I'm engaged. We're talking about whatever. I'm engaged. I'm engaging you. I'm listening to what you're saying. I don't want to go, do you know what I mean? I'm talking about whatever.
Looking down on the ground, looking down to, yeah.
I'm not shying away. The chest. When you look at someone, you have to kind of square on. Mm-hmm. You kind of go from, that's a nice painting in the background, isn't it? To, how you doing, mate? You're right. What have you done? How's the missus? How's the kids? How's the boyfriend? How's the girlfriend? You know, what you're driving nowadays. Fuel's expensive, isn't it? Inflation's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? We talk about that because I'm looking in your eyes. I'm speaking to you. I'm not talking to you. There's a difference, I think, in the way it protrudes. And I think it's so important. If you are trying to sell something, you speak to that person, you look into their eyes, you have a genuine interest in what they have to say, and what you're saying to them is very important. Yeah. Take note. Listen to me.
Definitely. It's part of that image. Almost another part of communication is eye contact.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to read a lot more of what's going on in your head or your body language and stuff, literally looking you in the eyes than you are looking around the room, looking like up and down, looking at your feet.
Yeah.
You're going to tell much more by how they're looking at you in the eyes than you will be like just gauging off the rest of their body language. So.
And it's amazing, like you said, with the whole combination of those things. There's so little intricate things to do, but looking at someone's eyes, you know, if you are going for an interview, you shake the person's hand and you kind of feel confident that you're there, so you're showing body language that you're interested in what they're saying. If you doing, I don't know, trying to sell a house, then you're being open, being concise, being clear what you're trying to sell. And if you have a question that's being answered to you, then you answer it straight away. You're there, you communicate, and you're confident in what you're saying. You're not going, well, let me just check that for you, or, I'll get back to you on that one. You want to be reeling these answers off. If someone asks you a question about saving, you're going to just reel it off because you know it's in your head. You've done the research. You're confident in what you're saying. You have the belief. You have the skill, the knowledge to go and reel it off. That's why people believe in us as as listeners. They're there because they can understand what we're talking about is true. The research is there and we're confident in saying it, so go and listen. It's like How to Win Friends and Influence People book. It tells you everything in there as well. Chris Fostinger, it tells you all in there as well. All these books that people can read to improve their vocabulary, their communication skills. Go and do it. Go and read those books.
It's amazing the image you can create for yourself from a good handshake, eye contact, clear, concise vocabulary, and just listening well, actually being a part of the conversation.
And that goes for man or woman.
Absolutely,
for men or women. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what sex you are, whether you're, LGBTQ plus community, if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're bisexual, it doesn't matter. That's across the board to every single person that you're speaking to. Everyone wants to be treated the same way. The Queen wants to be, or used to want to be, what's the thing called?
Courtesy?
Yeah, and
Bow.
The king, I don't know if the king's the same. Bow, maybe?
Bow, yeah. Well, I think the
women...
The female actors are courtesy, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. Bow, but it's the same thing. They expect that, so that's what you give them. But when average, everyday people met them, they didn't do that, did they? They just go, oh, it's the Queen, oh, it's the king. They used to put their hand out, take a photo and take a selfie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's almost a response now to something. Yeah.
It's changed. But it goes across the same thing. You just have to find out how to confront people, how to introduce yourself, be confident, be clear, be concise, and learn to communicate people.
Absolutely. I reckon it'd be interesting to see if we do some research into like business deals, or even just interview some entrepreneurs and business moguls, like literally that first impression, that instant handshake, the eye contact, the communication. I bet you they were the top 5 things he was looking for to begin with. Not necessarily the deal. The deals, because most say you're pitching for a contract, you're trying to get the contract for doing all the timber on this house, or trying all this housing estate. You're trying to pitch for supplying all the concrete to this one estate. And it's not all about housing. I don't know why I just got deep on that, but got it in my head. But I guarantee you can. The differentiator isn't always in the price; it's on in your persona,
absolutely,
how you come across as a person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think everyone, including ourselves, we should always be working on this. It's almost like the success journey. It's never, the goalposts are constantly moving. You get to a milestone, boff.
That's the next one.
Where's the next one? How can I get better? How can I get better? It's a constant learning curve, and there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, good.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, links will be down below. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and share. Get this podcast out there. We want to help as many people as we can, so let us do that. Take care, guys. Have a good one. See you next time.
Success is available for everybody, so why should you settle for less?